You know, it's true. When something exceeds your ability to understand how it works, it sort of becomes magical. And that's exactly what the iPad is. It's hard to see how something so simple, so thin and so light could possibly be so capable.
And we call it the iPad. Just connect your iPad to your HD TV and it'll mirror exactly what you're doing on your iPad in any orientation and in full 1080p.
Welcome to Avondale School. Today we'll be having a look inside the classrooms and asking some of the students and the teachers about their use of iPads within the education of Avondale School.
I honestly think without my iPad the iPad keeps me organised basically.
Yeah.
Happiness.
The kids, it's great. Well, first of all, it's a screen, so it engages straight away. I mean, sad but true.
Well, generally when we're in class we use it for research. Last time we used it on research for electricity and hydropower and stuff.
You can get kids to have a whole set of new tools on there through various apps that give them different ways to create totally new things that they couldn't create without an iPad. Like, for example, there's a little puppet show program on there, which is, the kids love. You know, anytime where I'd normally get them to do a role play, sometimes I might get them to do this puppet pals, it's called, which is where they control characters with their finger and they record the. So I use it for when I'm teaching values. I ask them to come up with a scenario of how will you come up with a situation that shows what are we doing at the moment? Responsibility, and so they all individually have to think of a scenario that demonstrates responsibility, and for fun, one that doesn't demonstrate responsibility.
In our class, we use them instead of just writing it down on a piece of paper and type it up or something.
We also use it in maths for some maths games. And
we used iMovie and we made a movie with our friends. And it was quite fun.
Last time we also made a narrative for our kindy buddies on them.
It's a lot easier instead of having to go back and read it again, because it's right there and you can just go to that slide from what you're on to.
I think because it's just a funner way to learn.
It can be a bit distracting at times.
Okay.
One time I was going to a maths game and then I saw this game called Frog Dissection, so I started dissecting a frog on that, so yeah.
Bit of a learning curve. Not all kids find it natural, and there are little fiddly things the kids have to get used to.
Probably just the games, because they can distract you a lot.
Sometimes the internet is really slow and things don't update or download properly, so that sometimes gets annoying.
The other kind of limitations are the fact that they cost so much, especially if you want a class set. That's a pretty big obstacle. And I'd love a set all the time. It would change my teaching if I had a set all the time. We have to share a set with other classes. But even that's still better than nothing.
People that write things down on the iPad, notes and stuff, and they change things that other people won't like. So it's sort of people go and customise it themselves when it's supposed to. And if it's a boy, then it's the complete opposite for what I would like. And it's not. It's a little bit. They put gross pictures on it and stuff, so it's not nice.
Yeah.
So in the internet, it needs Adobe for most of the websites that we use. So it doesn't have Adobe and it can't get Adobe. So
No flash on the iPads. Yeah.
Flash either.
it'd be cool if you could lock different things, as Niall was saying, with the different things that you've created. If you could lock them so nobody could go into it and recognize it.
We need a way right now to make it easier to get things on and off the iPads. When the kids make a presentation at the moment, it's really hard for me to then get that and put it in a central place on one computer. They're stuck on the devices.
Yeah.
I mean, there are ways, but they're fiddly and not very easy.
Okay.
It is the best browsing experience you've ever had. It's phenomenal to see a whole web page right in front of you and you can manipulate with your fingers. It's unbelievably great. Way better than a laptop. Way better than a smartphone.